Tyra. Tyra's Focus on Race series.
What men of different races are attracted to.
Goes to a whole new level. Race and sex, the explosive show.
Caucasian women seem to go to bed with either a cash register or a meter.
Wait.
It Only Tyra starts now.
There are so many cliches out there about what men want in their women based on race. And I know we all hear that the black men want the woman with the big booty. I mean, how many times do we hear that, right? Or that the white guys like women that are stick thin. But do these stereotypes really hold true? Today, we're going to find out as we continue our award-winning Focus on Race series. But this time, it's all about sex and attraction and race. Okay? Now check out the audience. To help further our conversation, we've divided them by racial lines. We have white, black, Asian, and Latino, all in different sections. And I want everyone to prepare yourselves because we're getting ready to get to the raw truth, and it won't always be pretty. We're going where no talk show has ever gone before, deep into the male mind of race and sex. We began with an African-American woman, Adasia, who has a thin physique.
If you had to rank, I think, the women by their shapes, you have that quote-unquote, sadly, Big Bertha, and those are usually big, African-American women, but no matter what her shape, she's just a beautiful African-American woman who's in, to me, great shape.
Next, a Caucasian woman, Caitlin, who has a medium frame.
Most of the Caucasian women, white women I see are very plastic and very fake and don't take good care of themselves.
And lastly, an African-American woman, Jamil, who has a larger frame. When each girl stood side by side, their size differences became more obvious, and the discussion turned into an outright argument.
Tragically, I think it's as much as the culture as anything. The things that African-American people can afford in this country, I mean, they have to buy lots of sugars, lots of meats, lots of fried food. You see the same thing with Latin American women.
That's racist.
You're gonna offend
I think
someone.
this guy's really. You don't go outside, buddy. You
Okay,
make
I like
generalizations
African-American
about
women. I love Latin women.
Don't tell me that African-American Latino women, they're the way they are because they can't afford this and that. Brother, you're wrong.
I'm not going to speak if they're going to talk over me. I'm not going to get in a debate.
Okay, I want to ask Jamil, who was that? Mark said something about Big Bertha? What was that, Mark?
Tyra, I'm a man who, and I believe I have a knowledge greater than any, that women ought to treat their bodies like a temple, and they ought to go with what God gave them and be healthy and natural and not get to this. It's a slang word for women who let themselves go, and it seems to me African-American women, whether it's because they can't afford good foods or they don't take care of themselves, they just seem to get larger than other women, and it's a tragedy, and I hate to see it. It really breaks my heart.
So wait, so I'm confused. So are you attracted to African-American women or not?
I love all women, but it seems to me, in my experience, women of color take care of themselves more naturally. They keep it real. Caucasian women, if they have a problem with their figure, they'll go into a plastic surgeon. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you keep the body God gave you, and you go with it, and that's the thing. You don't eat fried foods, you don't eat bad foods, and you don't get plastic surgery. If you're cold and superficial on the outside, you're going to have a counterfeit heart that steals and of stone. I want a girl who has a beautiful heart that keeps it real.
Okay. Any white women are upset about what he just said about if you don't like yourself, you go get plastic surgery? Why don't you come on?
I just don't understand why you think Caucasian women don't take care of themselves and you think that they're plastic. How do you get that type of racial...
Well, like I said, I know women, I know people, and if you looked overall universally, Caucasian women can afford to get plastic surgery. They're more interested in their outside appearance than the inside. I love the minority people. I love the poor people. I love somebody, if their body's not right, they take care of it naturally. When you do it on the outside, if you're fake on the outside, you're going to be fake on the inside, and that's wrong.
Fake?
I don't know you that well, and I can only know you by getting...
But by my appearance, because that's what you're going on. You're going by appearance.
Well, you appear to take care of your body and treat it like a temple. I hope your heart is right and that you love everybody, and that's what matters to me.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Up next, the men battle each other when it comes to their uncensored views on race and sex.
African American women have, you know, big, beautiful eyes like a deer or a beautiful racehorse. And
Hello? What is up there? Like, I
know it.
swear, I know for his six-pack, he's missing 2 bottles. I know for a fact.
Today we're learning what men of different races find attractive in women as we continue our groundbreaking Focus on Race series. And this time we're focusing again on sex and attraction. Now before the break, we heard what our men thought about our women's bodies based on their race, and it got very heated. Didn't it get very heated? Oh yeah. But what do these guys think about the ladies' facial features? Now remember, the women in the tape cannot hear what the men are saying because they're listening to music in their ears. You might even see the ladies dancing around, so don't think they're crazy. They're listening to music. Check it out.
African American women have, you know, big, beautiful eyes like a deer or a beautiful racehorse. And a lot of guys might have issue with a, you know, an afro type of hairstyle, but you know what, that's just from being down in the nation of Africa, in the country of Africa, being closer to the sun.
Hello? What is up there? Like, I know it.
When we put the girls side by side, Mark's outspoken opinions pushed Pierre to his breaking point.
Making horse comments, talking about afros and diet and everything. It sounds like you just want a black girl because it's just somebody different. I'm getting so offended right now.
Sadly, the one that stands before me looks more painted and sculpted by the doctor on the corner, and that's what most Caucasian American women are like, and that just doesn't
white
do it
women
for
in
me.
that nature when
God
your
bless
mother's
you.
white.
I love you all, but that's not the thing.
You know what it seems like to me, Pierre?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It seems very, like, okay for you to say these negative things because you're black, but not okay for Mark to say it. It's very I'm-a-see right now. It's very, like, rappers, ho, and a bitch, and a slut, and a slap it, And then Imus says it, oh, Lord, it's so awful because Imus said it. But you're saying the exact same thing that Mark is saying, and it's almost more hurtful because it's coming from you as a black man, as our brother. That hurts more to me. Mark, okay. I'm like, whatever, you crazy. But with you, that really, really, really hurts.
Cheek, Tyra.
We'll be right
Turn the
back.
other cheek.